welcome to another edition of Top Beer, spelled the German way for copyright reasons. Today, we are going to get to the bunch of crap beers and blind taste tests and all that, but we couldn't get even Connor this time around. So you're going to wait till we have at least 3 for that, because that sounds like a more fun group thing. Oh, yeah. So today, we're doing Pilsners, and we're going to drink the Czech Republic's Pilsner Urquell. Yeah, Pilsner Urquell.
Yeah, I was going to say Urquell. Yeah, it definitely looks like
Urquell. It's pronounced Urquell. The Czech Republic's Pilsner Urquell against Germany's Warsteiner. So, let's get after it. Let's see you getting thirsty over here.
Oh, I'm excited, yes.
There we are. Oh, careful with pouring these, because they're going to foam up quick in these, and they're more carbonated than the beers we've been drinking.
Okay.
So.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, wow. Oh, it is. It's like champagne.
The champagne of beers.
Ooh, that smells fucking crazy. Oh, it smells so good. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. Wow.
It's certainly very crisp, isn't it?
It's very crisp, and speaking of crisp, it has an almost like cider-like aftertaste, like an apple-y, not cider, but like a slight, like almost like fermented apple kind of like. Are you getting that at all? It's got like a tiny bit of like an apple-y, like tiny.
There's
bit.
just, I don't know about apple, but I'm picking up on just a little bit of sweetness on the aftertaste.
Maybe that's what it is, but yeah, no, it's. I mean, that is.
Although it's definitely what I think the experts call hop forward.
Oh yeah, definitely hop forward, but it's got a very like German. Oh, sorry, well not German, Czech clearly, but that more European hop kind of flavor. What I would attribute with like more like European.
Right, you're not getting any sort of like citrusy or flowery. Is that
floral?
Floral, yeah, citrusy floral notes. It's just that what I keep calling classic hop bitterness.
Yeah, it's like that kind of not quite bready, but that very like yeah, just hoppy deliciousness. But yeah, crisp, but not piney or citrusy or anything. It's just like got a crisp finish to it.
Yeah. It's very nice.
I'm impressed. That's really fucking good.
Well, the Czech Republic is also a huge brewing country.
Okay.
Actually, I think they drink the most beer per capita.
Yeah. Just
out of any other country in the world.
Damn, I understand why if it all tastes like this. Holy shit.
So you want me to dive right into the history of this?
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued. I want to hear.
All right.
Drink.
So
Pilsner
Urquell. Now, the Czech Republic is famous for inventing the Pilsner, and it's called Pilsner because it was brewed, and still is, in Pilsen, Czech Republic.
I saw that on the
And the thing is, so the Czech are famous for inventing the Pilsner, but anybody who knows a little bit about beer knows that that's actually not entirely the case. See, what actually happened, this beer was first brewed by a Bavarian by the name of Josef Groll. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but he's also Bavarian, so who the fuck knows?
Was he the drummer in Metallica?
What?
No, that was Dave Grohl. Sorry.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's Groll. That's how it's spelled.
Different.
I want to say Groll, but who knows? Because it's Bavarian, and Bavarian is a whole different language.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 5 years, not in Bavaria, but I was in Germany for 5 years. I cannot understand a full Bavarian accent. Like, I can't even make it through a sentence with one of those guys. If they go hard as fuck, I'm lost. Can't figure out a word he's saying. So, yeah, this guy, Josef Groll, was a Bavarian brewer, and he was recruited by a Czech brewer by the name of Martin Stelzer. It sounds like a vaguely German name. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. Kinda.
Stelzer.
And so what he did was he came over to the Czech Republic, although at the time I think it was under Austrian-Hungarian rule, that Austro-Hungarian Empire thing. That I'm not a historian. I don't know what the deal is. I could have learned more, but I did all my research about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, that's how you
That's when I finished studying all this.
That's how you gotta do it.
So he brought over, he smuggled in, they say smuggled in, like it was illegal, but he smuggled in Bavarian lager yeast and used that along with the local Saaz hops. I don't know how to pronounce that word either. It's spelled Saaz, is the local hops of the region. And apparently, in this area of the Czech Republic, they have extremely soft water, which means the water's got a very low mineral content. And apparently that's good for hops. Like it allows for a lot of hop bitterness and hop flavor to come through. So with the combination of the Bavarian lager yeast he smuggled over from Bavaria and the local hops, soft water, and barley malt of the region, he brewed this beer, and they called it Pilsner Urquell. And that's a good tip, how you know this thing has German roots, is Urquell is a German word, because Quelle means spring. So Urquell literally means like the original source. So...
Man, I mean, it is.
And yeah, it is. Good. It is the original Pilsner. It is the first one.
Well, I think they got it right the first time. Man, this is really fun. I mean, I guess we got another one to try, but I'm very impressed with it.
And this style of beer, they must have brewed this in like the 1840s when they first brewed this. And in the 1850s, this became hugely popular in all over Europe and America and Australia, probably other places in the world as well. Everybody's tried copying this style. So everywhere you go, people are brewing some manner of Pilsner.
No, I'm sure. Yeah,
And in Germany, Pilsner is the most popular beer style. It's what's consumed the most by far and away.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, hey, I understand. It's delicious, and especially if it's anything close to this. I mean, I've had Pilsners here, and they're not nearly, for my memory at least, as flavorful. I feel like this has got a really good, like, full-bodied flavor to it. I keep saying that. But yeah, no, it's solid, though, yeah.
I wonder if it says anything on the bottle, like the craft beers here do.
It says 1842, so I guess
in 1842, the Citizens Brewery of Pilsen brewed the world's first golden Pilsner and never stopped. We make it in the same way, in the same place, with 100% of our ingredients from the same farming regions in Czech, as always.
You may try
nothing about... Yeah, why don't you take one? Yeah, we can just edit around it.
In 1842, the Citizens Brewery of Pilsen brewed the world's first golden Pilsner and never stopped. We make it in the same way, in the same place, with 100% of our ingredients from the same farming region in Czech. As always. Would you look at that? Thank you. Round of applause. Yes. No. But yeah, that's fucking fantastic. And I mean, the bottle's nice. Everything's nice. It's just a solid fucking...
They don't even tell you what you're supposed to taste.
Yeah.
They're just like, we know it's good.
I figured out.
We know it's up.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
No, that's fucking great.
God, the Pelican beers are hilarious.
That's so, like fruity hop bitter. Like,
the whole paragraph of just everything I'm supposed to taste in your beer.
It's like when you're
crazy.
Looking up a recipe online, you have to scroll through their whole fucking life story to get the recipe.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, just give me the goddamn recipe. I'm at the grocery store right now. Shut the fuck up.
All right. Now we're up to the Warsteiner. Das einzig wahre.
Yes, what he said.
Now we're drinking this. This is a big brewery in Germany. They export all over the world. Also still privately owned. Still owned by the family.
Oh, wow.
Hasn't been bought out.
That's fucking awesome.
But they export all over the world. Oh no! Watch out.
It's nice and...
The Germans carbonate their beer pretty heavily.
No.
See?
Wait.
Here, I did it too. I got too much head going.
I almost had to save it, but it saved itself.
So I know this is a popular German beer. It's definitely like one of the powerhouses of the German brewing industry. I'm actually going to have to wait before I put in the last bit there. But mainly I got this one because I don't actually remember how it tastes. But Fascist Michael, this was another one of the beers he would get. He had like 7 or 8 great beers, and he would just get whatever was on sale.
Okay, that's fair.
And this was another one of the beers that he introduced me to.
Well, I'm very intrigued.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, indeed. Ooh. Very different. Almost on a first assessment.
Maltier, isn't it?
Maltier. I was going to say almost an earthy kind of flavor to it. It's got almost like an earthy. Wow, way more bitter. Like give it a little. It's way more bitter. In my at least again from first assessment. Maybe not way, but I mean like if this was like a 5 out of 10,
I don't think this is
like a 6
on bitterness.
On bitterness, it's not crazy. I shouldn't have said way more bitter. It's noticeably more bitter in my opinion. But only
I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it's more bitter per se.
Okay. What are you picking up? We don't have to agree.
Yes, we do. You know this podcast is a fascist dictatorship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, we decided before we even started. Yeah, no. This isn't. Yeah, this is all just for sure.
I beat all my friends before the episode so that they know they have to pick the same things I know.
Exactly. They had to one up with a taller bottle.
Well, both of these things are only 11.2 fluid ounces.
I saw
which is annoying because this should really be coming in a half liter.
That is upsetting.
Because that's what it would be in Germany.
That is very upsetting.
Actually, that's one of the things about Germany is in northern Germany, there's quite a few beers you can get in the 12-ounce bottles. Okay. And more often than not, there's a few beers that are sold exclusively in 12-ounce. But more often than not, you'll have the 12-ounce case, and next to the half-liter case, if you're in southern Germany, save the beers, the North German beers that are large enough to be exported down there. Good luck finding a 12-ounce.
Damn.
Only half-liters, because they just don't believe in the size of a 12-ounce beer.
Why would you drink less than half a liter?
Yeah, in fact, according to my cousin, a half-liter is a beer. If you're drinking a 12-ounce or a 0,3, it's just half a beer.
Yeah.
So,
I moved to Germany and I really cut down. I only drink 2 beers a day now. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's
just a liter.
If by German math, a half liter is only 1 beer, and the 12-ounce is only a half beer. So if you do that, then I'm actually under the 14 beers a week limit
it's like
that my doctor told me.
That's like
so. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Sweet Jesus. According to the Reinheitsgebot, right?
Very good.
The German purity law, and not the one you're thinking. Sorry, never mind.
Not the other purity law. The good purity law.
Good one. They changed it to just beer. But yeah.
It actually originated from the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Instead of applying it to people, they just started applying it to only beer.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it started.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, but no, it's delicious though. I really do like it. Thank God for the German purity law. A family tradition since 1753. So they have these guys beat by like 90 years.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh, I'm just saying.
17. So wait, hold on.
1753.
1753. There's a really nice, really great brewery called Augustino. That's in. I think it's in Munich, and their Helles is exceptional. We when Fascist Michael passed his apprenticeship test, he was a month before me in the testing. I picked up a case of that, and we drank that. We didn't even put it in the fridge. We just brought the whole case up, sat down, and just warm Helles, room temperature Helles. In 2 hours, we each drank 7 half-liters apiece because it's that good. Also, we were excited.
Yeah,
that
clearly.
Helps,
that's a lot. I mean, I'm picturing the fucking Moss like Steins, dude. I mean, like that.
Yeah, that's 2 Moss
and a half.
apiece and a beer.
No, that's 7 half liters.
Oh wait,
That's
yeah,
3.5. That's 3.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's 3.5 masses.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're better at math than I am.
No. That's
Which is
like,
weird because I'm the one with the GED.
Right? Yeah, no. I said fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. So it's but that brewery, it's something crazy like 1342.
Damn.
Is how old that brewery is.
Wild. Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy when you consider the fact that Germany as a country is younger than the U.S.
That's
It's
wow,
like the late
yeah.
1700s.
It's just like
was when they were like, okay, guys, let's all be a thing.
let's do this thing. Yeah.
And that's probably why all the states hate each other.
That's fair.
They relentlessly take the piss out of one another.
Oh,
especially Bavaria.
Yeah.
Everyone except Bavarians tells me Bavaria, all the Germans I met that weren't Bavarians, tells me the same thing. They all say, oh yeah, Bavaria, Germany's Texas.
Oh man, that's fucking great. I love that people compare shit to Texas though in Germany. It's so good. Hell yeah, don't mess with Texas.
Man, I'm still trying to like actually come up with words to describe the flavor I'm dealing with,
honestly,
but it's so hard.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way, not in a bad way. It's so well written. The more I drink, the better it gets. Which is a recurring theme on this podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But seriously, like the more I drink, the better it gets. I'm mad I only have one more of these to drink. I wish I could get a case of these. How great would that be?
Fantastic. Hit up your friend. Be like, dude,
Send
I'll
us
pay
all
the
the
shipping.
beer. Yeah.
I'll pay the $2,000 shipping charge.
Yeah, the thing is, with the shipping and everything and the taxes and whatnot, I think it would be just as expensive
as just opening a brewery here.
No, it's just going to John's Marketplace
just
and buying the stuff.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. Darn.
But yeah, in Germany, this would probably be like, I don't know, anywhere between like 10 and 15 euros for 20 half liters.
So it's like 50 cents for a half liter, like $1.
Yeah,
tops.
That's for this guy. I'm just guessing what this guy costs. It could be lower. Like it's probably more like closer to 10.
Do you understand?
As I said, Fascist Michael. He had his like list of beers that he really liked. Warsteiner was one of them, and he would just go to the alcohol superstore. It's called a Getränkemarkt, and it's just they just sell drinks, and maybe they have like a rack of chips somewhere. But most of it's beer, and it's literally the size of a small supermarket, just full of beer. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
I would die if I moved to Germany.
You probably would.
I would actually
you would probably die.
I would actually die.
And yeah, like he would get beers like this thing. I bet like 12 euros. Not including it's like $4 in bottle return. So you're really motivated, like €4 in bottle return. Yeah. So you're really motivated to bring the things back.
Oh, for sure.
And not just pollute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm willing to bet, when he would buy this on sale, it'd be like $12 for 20 half liters.
Well, I'm going to be dreaming about that tonight.
It's the entire German economy is set up to make beer cheap and affordable to the masses.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I swear, it's how it works.
Hell yeah, dude. Bread and circuses. Hell yeah, man. That's fantastic.
Considering that they don't even call it alcohol, they just call it Grundnahrungsmittel, which basically means like a basic nutritional substance. It's basically not anymore, but for the longest time it was basically qualified as bread.
Hell yeah!
Like this is just groceries.
It's
it's not even alcohol.
That's fantastic.
Beer is like vitamin water to an alcoholic. It's just
alcohol is just a byproduct. It just happens to be in there. It just
it's too small an amount. They don't consider it alcohol.
Yeah.
You're not drinking, which is great because Fascist Michael and I we would always say that if you think about it, weil wir wissen doch. Das Bier ist kein Alkohol. Right? We know beer isn't alcohol.
Yeah.
So technically, the two of us hardly ever drink.
Yeah.
It's just a handful of times a year when we have a whiskey or something.
Yeah.
But other than that, we don't drink. We're basically Mormons.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Sweet Jesus. Yeah, well, this, Yeah.
Okay, I've got just a little bit left, and I still don't know how to describe it. Here, before we polish these off,
Yes. Is there more?
do you want me to tell you about Warsteiner?
Please do.
So, now here's the thing. There are like 4 major styles of Pilsner in Germany. There's Klassische Pils, which is just classic Pils. Süddeutschen Pils, South German Pils. Then there's Sauerländer. That's what this happens to be. And Hanseatische, which is like a North German style. Actually, that North German style, that's the style that me and Kenny are always on about. That has like the stronger hop presence and that bitterness and that dry finish. Those types of German Pilsners, those Northern German Pilsners, probably not going to be everyone's favorite Pilsner because they're a lot stronger in flavor, and especially the hop presence is really, it's really there.
It's there, yeah.
Like the Jefe, which are the glasses we're drinking out of right now. Yeah, we've been using this a lot to describe beer that has assertive flavors, but Jefe is going to put hair on your chest.
Oh hell yeah! Oh,
so.
man.
We'll have to do that. Well, I don't think I can. I don't think I can get Jefe, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
But anyway, I'm droning on. So those are the 4 big styles. Warsteiner is a Sauerländer Pils, and I'm sure Fascist Michael's going to give me so much shit for my pronunciation of everything.
Do it.
Like, it might sound okay to you, but even after 5 years there, I have such a strong American accent.
That's
But so it comes from the region of Nordrhein-Westfalen, which translates to North Rhine-Westphalia. Okay. And that is not quite north, more like central Western Germany, bordered on the west by the Rhine, obviously. And that's the region where this beer comes from. And the style is, and I'm quoting from the beer encyclopedia now. The style is described as light, delicate, and not very bitter at all.
Well.
And in the book, they point out Warsteiner as a prime example of this style of beer.
With that information, I suppose it isn't very bitter in comparison to other beers. But I was just saying between the two. But yes.
Well, you have to remember when they say a German beer is light and delicate, it's still going to be full flavored compared to anything we're used to in this country.
Yeah, not a Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's light for... Yeah, Bud Light is
lighter German beers are still bringing it.
Hell yeah.
Well, no, these are lagers. This is a style of lager. And we're back.
All right.
By the way...
Yes.
I was just wondering while I was having a piss there.
Uh-huh.
It's a bottle opener.
Thank you.
I wonder how full of shit I really am. Just because I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about the story I just told of us taking down the 7 half-liters in 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, like, what if I was visited by, like, the ghost of past drunkenness or something?
Uh-huh.
And I went back in time and I saw the actual quantity and time we drank those.
You think it might be slightly off?
I might have. I'm just wondering now if I've embellished that slightly. I mean, I know in the course of the night, which wasn't even a late night, by the way, we were both in bed by midnight. Mm-hmm. We did take down the whole case.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking I may have slightly embellished the quantity and the time in which we did it.
3.5 liters in 2 hours would be impressive by any standard. I mean,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe. Yeah. I think I may have. You ever notice that? You're talking and you just realize how full of shit you are, like mid-sentence.
Well, yeah, you want it to be a good story. No, that's fair.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a damn good beer.
That's the... Wait.
That's the Urquell.
Isn't it?
Yeah. That's the Warsteiner.
Yes.
So I gotta say, I take back everything that I said. This actually has more flavor. I think that the Czech has a little bit more flavor.
Well, it's definitely more bitter, right?
Yeah,
like it's got more hops.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Oh, they're both so good. Though. This is tough. This is like tough. Like these are like it's like twins that aren't identical. You know, like
theoretically,
but fraternal twins. Yeah.
Theoretically, we can have a draw.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with a draw.
I mean, of all the ones we've
but
done
we've
so
got
far,
2 beers to take down, so we'll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with the Urquell for a minute here.
Yeah.
It's definitely more bitter.
Yeah, for sure. It's got a little bit more, in the words of Connor, it's got a little bit more going on. As far as flavor.
I'm not sure I'd agree with that.
No? Okay.
I think it's different.
We don't have to. It's different. Yeah, it is different.
I don't think it's got more going on. I think it's different. Yeah, going from one to the other, there's a lot of difference.
A very big difference, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's really interesting.
It's surprising how much difference there is between 2 beers in the same style.
That are
when you're
almost
drinking them.
identical. Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
in color.
Right. Well, yeah, right. I mean, it was the same type and everything, yeah. No.
So yeah, there's like, when you go from this one to the Warsteiner, there's no hops. There's no evident hop flavor. I should put it that way. When you go from this one to the Warsteiner, there's no evident hop flavor. I think that was me.
Oh, yeah. No, okay.
But no, they're on the finish.
There's definitely on the finish. This has a stronger finish.
Still,
I would say. What were you gonna say before I?
well, there's the hop flavor doesn't really come in until the finish, and it sort of it finishes the experience. Like you so when you're drinking the Warsteiner, you drink it and it's malty and I want to say bready and a little bit earthy.
Definitely.
And you're left with this kind of like dry, hoppy aftertaste. Not in a bad way, right? Like you have to pay attention to it to notice.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It kind of like, now you're done drinking the beer. Like it finishes the beer. Oops. It finishes the beer.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, it totally does. Well, and I'm noticing this the Warsteiner definitely has a little bit more carbonation. It looks like if you just watch the bubbles in the glass, it definitely seems to be
German beers are pretty
heavily carbonated.
Yeah. At least their Pilsners are definitely pretty highly carbonated. It makes drinking games hard because you've got so much gas in your stomach.
I'm sure. Yeah. Just,
if you're drinking like red ale, those are easy to chuck. You know, you just right down you. But yeah, that's the only. They're really crushable just sessioning them. But yeah, if you try chugging a full German beer,
it'll get you. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll get you.
It's tough.
Oh yeah.
I was never good at it, but
yeah, I mean,
Fascist Michael, he could actually he could unhinge his jaw like a snake, and like he didn't have to take like individual gulps. He could literally just like
open throat chug.
That's just insane. Like dump beer down his gullet.
I've always wanted to be able to do that.
And when we would play games like Flunkyball, where you knock over the thing, and then you get to drink until the other person can run over, set it up, and run back.
Yeah.
Like he would be basically done with his beer if he hit once.
Damn.
And all he needed was one more hit to like take out any like
little drips.
Yeah, little drips that had accumulated at the bottom because of course the Germans, they're thorough.
Yeah. No.
You can't. It's not like shotgunning when you drink most of the beer and chuck it and go woo yeah. No, they won't have that shit. They're like, all right, did you really finish it? Come on.
God damn it. Yeah, no.
It's beer, don't waste it.
No, fuck no, especially when it's this good. Do you remember there was that party in that house that's like right next to Selwood Park, and there was a keg in the backyard when we were like, I don't even know how old we were, and we went there with an empty 2-liter, and you took the rest of the beer out of the keg because you like knew the person, and we went down to
no, that was a friend of my dad's.
And we went swimming in the Willamette, and drank like we had a 2-liter full of beer. We were just drinking it. Yeah, it was like warm beer.
And it was not only was it warm beer, it was like an IPA.
Yeah.
And not like an IPA from today, but an IPA from like
2012, 2013, I don't even know, like what, like
Yeah.
Something like
no,
that. Yeah.
longer.
Yeah. Was that?
Dude, that was middle school.
Yeah, it was. Fuck yeah. It was.
That was. I know what you're on about. That was middle school. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Had to stifle a burp there.
Yeah.
That was middle school. And so that was an IPA that was just bitter.
Oh, bitter as fuck. I mean,
And so we just had that in a plastic 2-liter at the river.
Oh my god, yeah, that shit was fucking.
And yeah, parenting 101. You know what my dad did? Because I came home obviously hammered.
Oh yeah.
And he knew, right? Because like I think he had mentioned that the guy who had thrown the party like wasn't home, and he was like making fun of him for just having this keg in the back of his truck right there in the driveway.
Yeah.
And he like knew because I ran out and jumped on my bike. He just knew. Oh yeah, he's going to steal.
He's going to the keg. Yeah.
And so I came home that night, and I was clearly hammered. And so you know what he did? Didn't even get mad. Just waited till the next morning, and he woke me up at like 7, and made me join him for a run. And he kept quoting what his old rugby team used to say. Hey, you want to drink like a man? You gotta play like a man.
That's fucking great, dude.
Parenting 101. Don't punish him. Don't ground him. Just, wake him up early, slightly hungover, and make him run.
Oh yeah.
That's how you do it.
I'll do it.
Builds character.
You can bounce back quick at that age. Yeah,
Oh
so,
yeah.
you're
Not anymore.
No.
That wouldn't work today.
No. I've been hungover for multiple days. Like, it's bad, dude. Like, after the 4th of July, dude, I thought I was gonna die. I was hungover for 3 days.
God damn.
Like, that was the most hungover I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah. That might also have been the most I've drank in one night. That was a lot.
God, I remember that. You were just like, no, I'm good, guys. I just need another beer.
I don't remember that. The fact that on autopilot I was requesting more.
Well, here's the weird thing. Like, I was actually exaggerating your slurring.
Mm-hmm.
You were weirdly articulate.
Yeah, coherent, articulate.
Yeah. Like, I could have a like with me. Everything goes downhill at the same pace when I get drunk.
Yeah.
Right. Like the words are going to start falling apart, the coordination, everything happens at the same time. With you, it's like we can have a conversation with you as you just slowly slide down the wall you were leaning against and just fall over, right? It's weird. And the same thing with Elliot.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are weirdly articulate even at blackout drunk. Which is dangerous. It's dangerous because you don't sound that drunk.
Right.
And then you stand up and you just take a header into the fucking fridge
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, that was brutal. That was a good night, though. I mean, fuck it. Yeah, it's just gotta happen every once in a while.
The first sip, when I go from the Urquell to the Warsteiner, the first sip is a little bit weird. Just the contrast. The second sip, I just sort of melt into it. Just like, oh, fuck, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to... Yeah, it's just like how well-rounded... I know we're usually a little bit more descriptive on flavors we're picking up on, but... So, like, the first sip is a little off after the Urquell, right? It's a little bit bitter. But then, as soon as I hit the second sip, it's perfection. It's just so well-rounded.
I'd say as far as slammability, this is definitely, I could probably drink significantly more of the Warsteiner.
Like, that is just candy.
It's delicious.
See, this is what I forgot. I was, you know how you don't know what you had until you let it go?
Oh yeah.
This is what I forgot about when I left Germany. Is, do you know you can crush these at room temperature?
Oh, I'm positive.
That's how. I mean, when I moved in with him, I brought a beer fridge with me. But when I lived with Fascist Michael for a while, before that, anytime we were drinking, he didn't even have us in the basement or anything. It's just cases of beer sitting there. He just drank his beer at room temperature. And Warsteiner is an excellent example of why you can do that. It's not because Europeans are weird and they don't enjoy a cold beer. the reason they drink their beer warm is simply because they can, because it's that good, right? Like at this point, this is no longer cold.
No.
Right?
No,
We've been milking these.
Yeah.
And
still.
I just want to keep pouring it down my gullet. You give me a room temperature Warsteiner, I'm not going to care. I'm just going to keep drinking it.
I can totally see. Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly with that, for sure.
I'm gonna take lead on this wrap up here,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna make this for me. I'm gonna make this my first draw, and I'll tell you why. I think you summed it up well. Like, there's going to be instances where I prefer the Urquell because it's got the hops, and it's got that nice like crisp hop bitterness.
Oh yeah.
That's just delicious. But the Warsteiner is so well rounded. It doesn't matter what the occasion, what the temperature. Right, because this is going to be better cold.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I mean, you can still drink this warm; it's that good. But this is going to be better cold. The Warsteiner is so well rounded, and as I said, it goes. When I have a sip of this and go back to the Warsteiner, the first sip is weird, and as soon as I hit the second sip, I just like sink into it. It's like, yes, this is excellent. So, for sessionability, crushability, whatever you want to call it, the Warsteiner is definitely the champ. But yeah, I really like that. I really like the hop like crispness of the Urquell. So, not a very climactic ending to the episode, but my thing is, for me, it's a draw. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
for me, it's a draw.
Fuck. I mean, I am so torn. Yeah. I mean, I think that but I mean, yeah. God, they just have different applications. But they're, like I said, it's like fraternal twins. They're so close. There's a tiny bit of a difference. Gun to my head. What would I do? Gun to my head, I'd probably go with the Urquell. Is that yeah?
Urquell?
Urquell. Yeah, I'd go probably gun to my head, but they are so good, both of them, and they both have. I mean, again, if I was trying to get 12 of them to just destroy in a day, I'd probably go with the German one with the name I can't pronounce. But as far as the Warsteiner.
Pronounce it with an SH. There you go.
Warsteiner. But yeah, as far as if I was having like a steak and some mashed potatoes and some asparagus, I would probably go with the Urquell.
So, yeah, that's as you said. But with a meal, you prefer the Urquell.
Drinking straight, the
Warsteiner. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what it is. You know, when you're in the mood for a little bit of hop bitterness, you're in the mood for that hop flavor, you lean towards the Urquell. If you're looking for something that will fit regardless what mood you're in, the Warsteiner. So yeah, we're going with a draw today, folks. They tie. They're both so good, and we only had 2 apiece of each of them. So yeah, we can't. Yeah, that's it.
Delicious.
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
Until next time.